we are really settling into this fall weather, which means our fragrances need to be beefed up just a little bit. So I have got 10 out of 10 fragrances that will have you smelling amazing, fantastic, the best at the party, the best in the office, the best in the house, okay? So if you are interested in smelling absolutely amazing, please keep on watching. If you are new here, welcome to the channel. I do hope you consider subscribing. We have lots of fun here and we smell good too. I have a goal of reaching 2,000 subscribers by the end of the year. So I do hope you subscribe and help me to reach my goal and are enjoying the content enough to do so. And if you are returning, hey girl. All right, let's get right into the video. This is a new full bottle for me in my collection. I've had smaller sizes, I've had samples, but now I have the full bottle and I am in love with this. This is Killian's Angel Share. This is a woodsy, warm, spicy fragrance that is completely unisex. There's vanilla, cinnamon, like it is so good. I was wearing this yesterday and I'm in the grocery store, mind you. And literally me and this guy are in the aisle. There's no one else in the aisle. And it's probably because he probably is either married or has a girlfriend, but he was like, I don't know if it's you, but you smell so good. And he didn't look at me the entire time, probably because he felt, you know, he probably had someone and didn't want to be, you know, doing too much or feel disrespectful, but he felt compelled to say something. Y'all, this projects. This has longevity. It smells amazing. Like Killian did they big one with this one. 10 out of 10, 12 out of 10, 100 out of 10. This is a fantastic fragrance. This opens up with cognac, like duh. There's cinnamon, tonka, and oak in the mid. In the base, there's vanilla, praline, sandalwood, and candied almonds. Perfect combination. Like, I don't know anybody that does not like Angel Share. If you do, please tell me why. Why? Like, it's absolute perfection. I think this is one of those fragrances that is easily recognizable, but for good reason. Like it deserves the flowers. Like there's just certain fragrances that, you know, like Aventus, like Delina, like, I mean, Baccarat is kind of doing the most right now, but like Baccarat, like you can recognize those fragrances. They are masterpieces in their own right and they deserve their flowers. And she is at the top of that list, okay? They deserve their flowers and she's at the top of the list. This is something you need to get your nose on if you have not smelled it. Go to your local department store, smell them. There's some other iterations. I want to say like apple brandy. There's a new one that's called oh my gosh, old fashioned or something like that. And there's something on ice. Try them all. They all kind of have the same DNA-ish, but a little different. But they all come in these beautiful bottles, okay? These are great presentation. So this is Killian's Angel Share, 100 out of 10. Highly recommend. I feel like I have spoken about this fragrance a couple times on my channel, but this is the time for this scent to really show up, to show out. She is a classic, beautiful, can be romantic type of fragrance. This is Nishane's 100 Silent Ways. This is a white, floral, vanilla, powdery, woodsy, beautiful bottle of yumminess. This is definitely unisex. Anyone can wear this, and this is absolutely beautiful. When I tell you, you will get stopped. You will leave a scent trail in the office. You'll leave a scent trail walking down the street, in your wherever you are, okay? Folks will be following you. This fragrance has top notes of tuberose and peach. along with mandarin orange, and you definitely get that sweetness in the opening. And then there's a little bit of spiciness in here just to kind of kick it up. So in the mid, there's gardenia, jasmine, and orris, which makes it powdery. And in the base, there's vanilla, sandalwood, and vetiver, which kind of gives it that woody earthiness. This fragrance is so pretty. It's like, I don't want to say it's ethereal, but it's just dreamy. It's almost sparkly and just a good time, an absolute good time. And this is a beautiful vanilla. This is amazing. Like once it dries down, once all those fruits and florals kind of dries down, you're left almost with, for me, it's a little bit spicy, woodsy vanilla. And it almost, to me, feels like there could be some sort of ginger note in here, but this is beautiful. This is absolutely beautiful. This is Nishane's 100 Silent Ways. She will have you smelling like a 10 out of 10, a 12 out of 10. 12 out of 10. This is a brand new one to my collection, but she immediately shot to the top. 10 out of 10. This is Lattafa's Peace and Love. This is a inspired fragrance for Dries Van Noten's Sweet Malachite. Somebody corrected me in the comments and I still don't know how to say it. So just blame it on the head and not the heart. This is a very creamy, nutty, boozy, bomb fragrance, okay? You put your own 3-letter word in there, okay? This smells so good. I remember when I've had, you know, a 10 ml of Sweet Malachite, Malachis for the longest, and I wore it and I don't think I was in love with it, but I was out with my sister and we sprayed it at the Neiman Marcus counter and we both turned back around. Like we both sprayed it and was kind of walking away because we liked the bottle, and then we looked at each other, was like, oh my gosh, and turned around, took a picture, sprayed it again. Like it was so good. And it's very rare that my sister and I like the same fragrance because she is into very unisex type of fragrances, and I can wear them sometimes, but that's where she lives. And for me, I live in the girly girl section. I'm girly girl. Make me sugary, make me sweet, make me powdery, make me caramelly, all of the things. That's me. Okay. So for us to both love this, this is 10 out of 10. This, please get your nose on this. This is a higher priced fragrance because it's a part of the Pride collection. It's also new, so if you can get a decan of this, I recommend it. If you love the original by Dries Van Noten, go smell that, and then if your pocket can't handle it, get this. I promise you. And she lasts longer. She lasts longer by hours, days. It's so good. So good. This will have you smelling like an entire snack, a 10 out of 10 for the fall, for this holiday season. This is Peace and Love by Lattafa, an inspired fragrance of Dries Van Noten's Sweet Malachis. Y'all, I just be trying to have fun with this, okay? I am really, honestly, a pretty goofy person in real life. I love to laugh. I love to laugh and make others laugh. I like having a good time. So I hope you are enjoying my quirkiness, okay? It's just perfume. Let's not take it too serious. Up next is by Byredo. This is Rouge Chaotique. This fragrance is so good. It is boozy. It's airy. It's citrusy. It's a little green. There's oud in here, so there's depth. This is a complex 10 out of 10 fragrance. I will say off rip, please spray this on your body. Let it dry down. Do not put this on white because you will have red stains all over. So I think there's some sort of dye in here, or it could be, there's plum as well. So it could be from the plum note, depending on how many natural ingredients are actually used in this fragrance. But more than likely it's dye, just because every bottle is the same color. And so, you know, for quality purposes in the coloring, it's probably some dye in here. Like, I don't know if you can see my tester. but this tester has red all over it, okay? So you all be careful, don't spray on white. This fragrance has saffron, cassis, bergamot, and lemon at the top, and you definitely get the brightness and airiness of this fragrance. There's plum, but it's not like deep, dark, boozy plum. Like you still get a plum, like a boozy type of note, but it's not, it doesn't remind you of a dark type of situation. And it's probably because of the citruses in the top. There's praline and oak in the mid base. There's patchouli, oud, and papyrus. Y'all, I cannot talk today. This one, I remember smelling at the Byredo counter, and I was like, do you guys, you know, have these in smaller bottles? Because the price was pricing. Like, this is a small bottle. This is the only size it comes in. This is like their Extrait de Perfumes. And the fragrance be pumping and thumping. She did not come here to play. She will perform for you, but these little ones are, I want to say $3.75 a bottle. So you got to really love it. I also really love the Vanilla Antique. I want that one so bad, but I got to find it on a sale or something. I got to buy a partial bottle off of somebody because I just can't. But this one is unisex for sure. You get the plum note, but it's not too dark, not too deep. You get the green from the patchouli, but it's not slapping nobody in the face. And then there's a sparkliness or an airy citrusiness, which is in the top of the fragrance. This projects. It lasts all day. I got well over 8 hours on this one. Now, obviously, towards the end of the day, it did pull closer to the skin, but I was still smelling myself. As my hands were moving, all of the things, I could still smell myself. But again, I spray my clothes. Please be careful in spraying your clothes with this one because you will make a mess. But I recommend this one completely. This is a 10 out of 10. This is Rouge Chaotique by Byredo. Up next is Attrape-Reves by Louis Vuitton. This is a 10 out of 10. This is something that's going to be in my collection forever. Like when people say fragrance for life, this is one of my fragrances for life. I have loved this fragrance. It's classic. It's signature scent. You can wear it any occasion. You could dress it up, dress it down. It goes anywhere with you during any season. This is a fresh rose floral fragrance with some spiciness as well as woodiness, and there's also some cocoa in here. So the top notes are lychee, ginger, and bergamot, and you definitely get that. You get the citrus, you get the juiciness from the fragrance, and you also get a little bit of spice from the ginger. The middle notes are peony, Turkish rose, and cacao. And for the longest, I did not really know what I was smelling until I went to the Louis Vuitton store, and they have a book which breaks down all of the notes of every fragrance and where they actually source their material from. And I learned that there was cacao in here, and then I was able to identify, and I was like, oh my God, that's what it is. It smells so good. It's not like easily recognizable. It's just something in the fragrance that makes it smell amazing, and you don't really know what it is, but it's tantalizing your senses, and it's cacao. The cacao that they have in here. And in the base, there's patchouli, okay? Patchouli done right. Patchouli not, you know, out here smacking you in the face and to where you can't breathe. She right, okay? She is right. This is Attrape-Reves by Louis Vuitton. This next fragrance, I literally cannot stop talking about. Like literally cannot stop talking about, cannot stop wearing. I want to say this is my third bottle of this, and I need to slow down because this stuff is not cheap. This is Vanilla Oud from Kayali. This is my #1 Kayali fragrance, along with, well, the other one is also #1, but had to be in the #2 spot. But I love this. It's airy, it's caramelly, it's vanilla. There's oud in here, but it's not stinky barnyardy. It's just like, if you're trying to get into oud, this is the way to do it. This is going to be your gateway into oud. Like all those other oud fragrances, sit them down. I mean, they cool, they cute and everything. This one pretty. And I don't understand how more people are not talking about this, how they are not in love with this one, but I love it. I absolutely love it. From the moment I smelled it, I couldn't get enough of it. I bought a little 10 ml bottle of this, sprayed it down, and was like, get her on the way before I was even done with the other one. And now that I'm down to here on this one, I already had another one come in. So it's sitting in there. Like, I literally cannot be without this. It's absolutely ridiculous. This is Vanilla Oud by Kayali. Complete 10 out of 10. 12 out of 10. Highly recommend. Highly recommend. Now, if you don't quite have the coins for Angel Share, because she is expensive, she will run you upwards of $400. Okay, well, maybe $3 something for the small one. Get your nose on Khamrah by Lattafa. Okay, this is, in my opinion, not a one-to-one dupe at all, and this is not a dupe video. This fragrance stands on its own, in my opinion, but it's in the same vein. It gives you kind of that same type of vibe. There's cinnamon, cardamom in here, praline, candied fruits, white florals. There's vanilla and a wonderful note of coffee in this one. This is the Qahwa, not the original Khamrah. There's tonka, benzoin, and musk. So this fragrance gives you kind of that Angel Share vibe, but stands on its own. So this could honestly be a flanker, you know, like a brother or sister fragrance to Killian, but this one stands on its own, but it gives you that same vibe for 1/10 of the price. These Khamrahs are niche quality fragrances at dupe prices. 100%. 100%. This also sits very unisex. I have to be careful because the lid is wonky here. But the original Khamrah to me is sweeter, and I love it. I love it. I actually prefer the original over the Qahwa, but I decided to feature this one because they're both really good. They're both 10 out of 10s. 10 out of 10s. But this one kind of gives you a little more depth with that coffee note. It's so pretty. The candied fruits in here provide like this beautiful, sweet, fruity facet that's not necessarily easily recognizable, but just does something to the fragrance to make it not so deep, if you will. This is Lattafa's Khamrah Qahwa. Up next is Versace's Crystal Noir. This is a white floral spicy fragrance with coconut. Even though, in my opinion, the coconut is not necessarily out and about in the fragrance. Like, you don't smell this and say, oh my gosh, you have a coconut. It's blended so well to where it is just like a supporting actor in a symphony of notes to make this fragrance. This is intoxicating. It literally is intoxicating. There's pepper and ginger in the top along with cardamom. I want to say cardamom is like the overarching theme in a lot of these fragrances, and that makes sense because of the time of year that we're in. But in a lot of these, it's done absolutely beautifully. So in the mid, there is coconut, gardenia, orange blossom, and peony. In the base, there's sandalwood, musk, and amber. This fragrance definitely opens up a little spicy because of the ginger and the pepper. You get a little bit of floral, and if you know there's coconut in here, you smell it. But if you don't know, it's not something loud like you smell it unless you're just, you know, a guru with scents. And then it just becomes this warm, intoxicating, woodsy, vanillic, beautiful scent that is like dark, but in a very sexy way. This is date night for sure. Date night. Don't wear this if you're not trying to do nothing, okay? This smells like a very complex, in my opinion, high-end niche fragrance that could go for hundreds of dollars. This has been around forever. I remember this when I was a kid. That just lets you know how good this fragrance is, that it has this type of longevity. You can still buy it on the market, and not necessarily for $20. Like, this still got a nice price tag to it to be as mature on the market as it is, and it's beloved, and for good reason. This is a 10 out of 10 date night fragrance, sexy night out. You know, if you want to go out and meet somebody, you wear this. You sit at the bar, you know, and you wear this and you will attract them, okay? This is Versace's Crystal Noir. She needs no introduction. This is Giardini de Toscana's Bianco latte. We know she is a caramelly, vanillic, syrupy, yummy piece of goodness. It almost smells like you're chewing like caramel and you have to do that. Y'all know what I'm saying. That caramel square candy. Yes, that's this. It's honeyed. It's dripping thick. Oh, it is so good. And this lasts and lasts and lasts all day and all night. So you do have to mind your sprays with her, because she came to work on time. She's ready to clock in. She's working from the time she clocks in. And sometimes she don't never clock out. You got to tell her to go home, okay? You have to tell her to go home by washing her out of your clothes. This has top notes of caramel, middle notes of coumarin and honey, and base notes of vanilla and white musk. You guys, I'm halfway done with my bottle, and I wore the first half during the summer, and that just lets you know how much I love her. She's beautiful. I know that she was choking folks out, and I didn't care, because she was choking me out too sometimes, but I still sprayed her down. And I don't know why she's not on my November tray. I passed her up. She's definitely going to be on December's tray, 100%, okay? This is a 10 out of 10. 12 out of 10, 100 out of 10, highly recommend. This is Giardini de Toscana's Bianco latte. This is Vanilla Royale Sugar Patchouli by Kayali. This is a warm, spiced, boozy fragrance that is holiday in a bottle, if you ask me. Like, literally holiday in a bottle. She is beast mode. She is 10 out of 10. There's notes of vanilla, Sir Absolute, golden rum, creme brulee, brown sugar, royal oud, and sugared patchouli. Those are the notes, you know, obviously the brand highlights here. This is so stinking good to me. I fell in love with this during the warmer months as well, and I was still wearing it even though it was thick. It's going to cut through the cold for the fall and winter. This is gorgeous. Now, I will say that it is an acquired scent, if you will. You have to like patchouli to like this. You have to like some level of oud to like this. And you also have to like a rum, boozy type of fragrance in order to kind of dig this fragrance. But if you do, you gonna love her. You are going to love her. This is about $140 from Kayali. There is an alternative, which in my opinion is just as good. It's by Paris Corner. It's December Vanilla. If you don't have the coins for this one, go ahead and check out December Vanilla. It's 1-to-1. I promise you, 1-to-1, okay? This is a good one. This is a 10 out of 10. You will smell like holiday in a bottle. You are going to compliment the dessert table, okay? So where they have all the sweet potato pies, the banana puddings, the German chocolate cake, the red velvet cakes, the pecan pies, just stand next to the dessert table and you will smell just like that, okay? That's what you'll smell like with this fragrance. So this is Kayali's Vanilla Royale Sugar Patchouli. 10 out of 10. Last but certainly not least, this is MFK's Oud Satin Mood. This is a floral oud fragrance that I'm surprised I love, but I absolutely do, that has caramel in it that just takes it to a whole other level. Like, even though the caramel's in the base, I smell it throughout the entire wearing experience. So this has a violet, strawberry, and rose in the top. I really don't get strawberry. There's rose in the mid, and then there's oud, vanilla, benzoin, amber, caramel, and cedar in the base. And that base, I feel like I get throughout the entire wearing experience, and then it just gets richer and richer and deeper. So it gets more woodsy and more caramelly on my skin. I love this stuff. And it's thick, and it also projects. But there's also still a level of airiness to where you're not choking yourself out. So you get good longevity, you get good projection and sillage and all of the things. If you know, you know, this is a banger, okay? A banger. This is Oud Satin Mood by MFK. Alrighty, you guys, I think I gave you guys 11, even though I said 10. But these are all 10 out of 10, 100 out of 10 fragrances that will have you smelling absolutely amazing for the fall and winter time. It's going to have you garnering compliments, turning heads, getting all the attention at the office. I mean, girl, you may even get a promotion, okay? Find out which one of these your supervisor like. You may get a bigger Christmas bonus if you put one of these on. All right, you guys, let me know what you think down in the comments. Do you have any of these? Are any of them your signature scent? Are you looking forward to trying any of these? Let's have a discussion about it down in the comments, and make sure you are subscribed to the channel, as I am trying to grow, and I do appreciate each and every one of you. And until then, make sure that you are being kind to yourself. Make sure you are being kind to others, and peace and love, y'all. The world needs it. Bye.